Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Soul Stained Ink. My name is Beth, and I am here with a Weekend Reads video. This is where I talk about what I've been reading, what's coming up, what I'm excited about. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and join me for a little bookish chat. All right, let's kick things off with the books I finished this week. Now, I only have one book to hold up and show to you. Everything else was completed on Kindle Unlimited or Audible. Sorry about that. Or used to be Scribd, now is, Everand. But the first one I wrapped up was The Sherlock Society by James Ponti. Elena and I were reading that together. So that was a lot of fun being able to do that. It's the first in a series. Book 2 we think will come out next year. I'm really not sure. But I read this as part of both my Serious About series that I'm kind of dipping my toe into and my 40 books to read in my 40th year of life challenge. We really had a good time with it. We kept pausing to yell things at each other. It was great because we were listening to it. It's fun. It's fast paced. It's got these 4 kind of really smart, quirky kids. 2 of them are brother and sister. There's a lot going on there. There's a little bit of an environmental twist to it, but it's not like a punch in the face. It's just super important. They solve a huge case, and it definitely earned a 4 stars from me. Next up, I finished The Lost Library by Rebecca Stead. So beautifully written. It is a mix of mystery, magic, just emotions grabbing you. It is a middle grade, and I just really enjoyed the way the story unfolds. It kept me hooked. There's this big reveal at the end where I was like, no way! Should have seen it coming, but just, it was great. This earned another 4 stars from me. It was so close to 5. And when I got done reading it, Elena was like, oh, I have the physical copy of that book. Do you want it? And I was like, you brat. But apparently she read it and did a review over it and posted it on this channel, but she didn't want me to watch her reviews or stay in the room with her while she filmed them. So I did not make the connection till after I'd finished the book. She loved it as well, though. So if you don't want to take my word for it, take her word. She's pretty good about books, too. All right. Next was a little bit more of a disappointment. I read the novella The Answer is No by Frederick Bachman. It was a little bit different. I'd never read anything by Frederick Bachman before. So maybe it was just me not knowing how he writes. I mean, it was well written, and it made me laugh at times. And there were a couple of places where I was like, wow, what a great turn of phrase. But I really didn't connect with it the way I thought I was going to. And it was a solid read, but it was a solid 3-star read for me. But if you're a Bachman fan, it might be right up your alley. I mean, it was an interesting time. And then I completed Ghost Lore and a House by the Shore by Nellie H. Steele. This is the first book in a series. I believe it's called the Mother-Daughter Mystery Series. We follow Lily and Cassie, and I really enjoyed it. It was a very engaging mix of mystery and ghost lore. It was kind of slow because it is the first book in a series, and so we had to get some backstory built up. But, I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to reading the next one, which you will be seeing on the currently reading list here in a minute. So yeah, it was interesting, and I'm enjoying the next one, which I will again talk to you about in a minute. But I do have one more book to talk to you about that I finished, and that is Winesburg, Ohio by Sherwood Anderson. Now, I read this book for my American Modernities course, which covers roughly the time between World War I and World War II. And this is a series of interconnected short stories that were very different in the way short stories were written at the time, very kind of avant-garde, and he changed the way modernist literature was written with these. The characters in this are referred to as grotesques, and that is because they are very flat. Like they get obsessed with something, and that just whittles them down to this one obsession. They get stuck in it. They're unable to fully develop themselves as people. It's a unique read. It was published in 1919, so there are some things in it where I was just like, but overall, it did make me think of the complexity of human nature and the way some things have definitely changed, but a lot of things really haven't, and raised some good questions. So if you enjoy modernist literature and haven't read this, because it's really not well known, I definitely suggest that you check it out. Now we're done with that, and it's time to move on to what I am currently reading. Now, the first one I want to talk to you about is Locker 37 by Aaron Starmer. This is the Magic Eraser. It's the first book in the series. I said I was reading this last week, and I was. I read the first couple of chapters and then got busy reading and really haven't picked this back up. Now, Melody has the flu, and she got sick Tuesday night, and we went in Thursday. She popped for flu A, and she's been kind of back and forth, just really laying down wanting mommy, and I can't really hold the book and try to turn pages. It's really awkward, you know. So I'm hoping that as she's starting to feel a little better, I can pick it back up this weekend. And then I'm also reading Spirits, Tales, and A Body by the Bells by Nellie H. Still. That is book 2 in the Mother-Daughter Mystery Series featuring Cassie and Lily. It's been a great follow-up. It is October, and they are like setting up a haunted maze in an old barn, and I'm only in like chapter 3, and so they've just discovered that someone like vandalized the barn, and we don't know why, and there's been some maybe ghostly happenings at the house that people keep telling them is haunted, and they were like, it's not haunted. Back and forth was a huge part of the first book, and now they're like, maybe some of those things weren't just from the people trying to get pirate treasure that have since been arrested. Maybe there really is a ghost. So I am looking forward to reading more and finding out what all is happening there. And there's a cat that's named One-Eyed Willie, which makes it so worth it. The cat is awesome, by the way. And then this weekend, tomorrow, Fiona from Reads and Eats and I are continuing our buddy read of the All Souls series by Deborah Harkness by picking up the Blackbird Oracle. We're going to read one chapter a day throughout February. I'm hoping that this will be a very fun pace to allow us to just take it slow and savor it and be on the same section, because what normally happens is I am running after the little one, running to basketball games, going back and forth to school, and Fiona gets several chapters ahead of me, and then she feels bad because she read ahead of me, and I feel bad because I'm behind her. So we're hoping that just one chapter a day will be really good for our discussion and not just perturb us because we want to know what else is happening in the book, but we're waiting on it. So that's what I've got. Oh, I'm also going to be reading some poems from like the Harlem Renaissance era for my American Modernities course. I'm looking forward to that. I think she has 5 poems listed for this week. I'm looking forward to reading those and kind of diving into that. They're always so lyrical. I love them so much. Anyway, that is everything I've been reading and what I plan on picking up this weekend. If you've read any of them, if you want to read any of them, if you want to know more about them, please come and talk to me in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications. I'm trying not to be as sporadic in my posting, but you know, you don't want to miss it, right? Just hit that little bell. I always forget about the bell. and have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, and I will talk to you again soon. All right, guys. Bye.